Shalom, shalom to everyone watching here on the Ways of Israel. This is Rabbi Moshe Otero with the Ways of Israel. I want to welcome you as we continue to learn the Sefer Ikkarim. Those of you who are following our series, so you're welcome, and those who are new, welcome also to our series of Rabbi Joseph Albo, 15th century Jewish rabbi from Spain, who comes and now begins to talk about freedom and choice. And so we're going to go into the study. It's going to be very brief since chapter 9 is a very short chapter. And so let's get right into that. But before we do, remember, help support the Ways of Israel. Your donations and contributions help underwrite a lot of what we're doing. And obviously this month we are short about $1,000. And so we can use that help. If you can donate whatever amount possible, it would really be appreciative. Thank you very much. And so let's get right into the meat of the study this morning, which is Sefer HaIkkarim, chapter 9. The principles of conventional laws, says Yosef Albo, conventional laws are freedom of choice and purpose. This is clear because why should the founder of a code of laws fixed a punishment for those who violate the rules of the code, if the violator is not his own master to do what he likes? Similarly, how can a king or a ruler of a country compel men to do good if a person is not his own master to do good or evil? Even those who deny spiritual reward and punishment admits that man has the absolute freedom of choice, which is not inferred with, and that by virtue of this freedom he can choose what he desires and can direct his activity to a given purpose. That's why it's said that a code of laws must be drawn up by a wise man or men to define what is becoming and what is unbecoming, what is wrong and what is right in relationship to people in the land. Obviously, we have a problem in this area in today's society, and a ruler and a governor must be placed over the people to compel them to maintain right among mankind and suppress the wrong, as to realize the welfare of political society. We can see from this that this is a mistake to regard freedom and purpose as principles of divine law. For though the later proposes freedom is not a principle of divine law as divine. Its principle of divine law, by virtue of being a principle of all human acts and convention of legal customs by which a political community is kept in order, without which it cannot exist. We do not say that the axioms are principles of divine law, although later presupposes them, as does any branch of learning and knowledge. In the same way, though freedom is essential dogma in divine law, it is not the principle thereof insofar as it is the divine. For this reason, Maimonides does not enumerate it among the fundamental principles, though he does believe that it is essential to divine law. As we said in the series of the video number 3, chapter 3, or video 3, for only those dogmas are counted as principles which are fundamental to divine law, as divine. Similarly, purpose as general concept is not a principle of divine law as such, but of all voluntary human acts. It is therefore a principle of conventional law. For as everyone who does anything deliberately and voluntarily does it because he intends a certain purpose, whether the purpose be really good or one that seems to the agent of good. So the founder of a code of laws intends in his commands and prohibition that the people should attain a certain object in their acts, etc., their well-being, their perfection of political society. It is clear, therefore, that the purpose is a principle of conventional laws, nor law also, and not divine law as divine. Nonetheless, inasmuch the purpose which results from the Torah, namely the future life, is different from the purpose resulting from conventional law and other purposes. Maimonides includes the purpose among the principles, though he does not include freedom. If one objects that if freedom and purpose are not principles of the divine law as such, why does the Torah says, See, I have set before thee this day life. Therefore choose life, an allusion to freedom, and the purpose which is eternal life. We say again, as we said before, that though freedom and purpose are not principles of divine law as divine, the later necessarily presupposes them, as is the purpose of the axioms. Though they are not the principles of divine law as such, now no one denies the truth of the axiom, but there are those who deny the reality of freedom, like some of the astrologers, and there are those, even, believe it or not, in certain frame of esoterics, who deny the purpose in all acts, like the Epicureans, who believe that the world came by accident and that there no act has any other purpose, but that anything happens by chance. It all was coincidental. Then there are those who admit purpose in human acts, but not so lofty as a purpose of spiritual immortality. For this reason it was necessary that the Torah state that these principles expressly, as a protest against opinions mentioned which are obviously unsound, because they nullify all human acts and human purpose, and not to speak of undetermining or undermining all laws. So, for example, those who would say, okay, the Constitution is divine law, absolutely not, but it is a conventional law which in chambers or presents in a perfect picture a society of laws. And thus, when that society of law breaks those laws, in a sense, they go against the very civilization in which they were built. We'll take a look at chapter 10 in our next video, and please stay tuned with us. Join us with the ways of Israel, and obviously support our work and our endeavor through the ways of Israel. We have also various WhatsApp chat. We can continue, or you can continue watching different videos from different rabbis who also share Torah portions of each week, as well as our Torah portion and our learning. So be part of what we're doing. Join us at the Ways of Israel, and thank you for attending. Even though this is a short video, nevertheless, it's very powerful. Freedom, is it divine law or conventional? That's a good question. The answer Alba presents, no, it's conventional law, not divine. Shalom.